Hello, everybody. My name is Staci Kohen. I am a transfer academic advisor here in the College of Arts and Letters, and I'm so excited to work with you. And so today we are going to start by going over a few systems that are going to be very helpful for you in the registration process here at ODU. You'll use this every single semester, but most importantly, coming in, I want to make sure that we use our time appropriately. And so when I meet with you, I will be able to go through all of your incoming transfer credits and go over the classes that you're going to need to be taking for the next semester. And so these systems that we're going to go over are going to help us with that process so that once we go over those classes, you know how to register for them. Okay, so today we're going to start with two systems. One of them is called DegreeWorks and the other one is called Banner through Leo Online. And the DegreeWorks is basically an outline of your specific degree. It will be specific to you. Obviously today it won't be, but I'm going to show you a few very important key things on DegreeWorks, as well as some fun little hacks that will help us out a little bit. And then Banner is how you're actually going to register for classes. Okay, so we're going to start with DegreeWorks, and both of these systems start from your portal. Okay, and your portal is here at my.odu.edu. You can go to odu.edu and find my portal, or go to my.odu.edu and it will take you here. When you're at this page, we're going to start with DegreeWorks, and you'll either find it here on your favorite apps or on the left-hand side. And when you click DegreeWorks, it's going to automatically populate into your DegreeWorks, okay? So today I'm going to use one of my students' DegreeWorks. And so here's a few things you're going to note. One, you'll see your name here under the student tab, okay? So you should see your name when you check out your DegreeWorks, all right? You will eventually have an advisor other than myself, and that will be listed here each semester so that you know who your advisor is, okay? You will all be intended degree seeking. In the College of Arts and Letters, in order to be declared into the college, you have to have two things. One is a completed English 110C requirement, which is our first English composition. And the other thing is 26 plus credits. Now, many of you will have that, but upon entry into the university and getting your credits and everything transferred, you will be intended until you start, and I can maybe declare you, but you'll all see an intended degree here, okay? And then your listed major will be right under your degree type. So for example, here it's a criminal justice major. Upon entering, if you have any transfer credits, which you will have them listed right here under transfer hours, okay? So anything that's being transferred in from your associates, from another institution, whatever the case may be, will be listed here under your transfer hours. You won't have any institutional hours until you start taking classes here at ODU, and you will not have a GPA until after your first semester, okay? So when you transfer, your GPA from your other institutions do not transfer with you. You start with a 0 GPA here, and so you will not have a GPA until after your first semester. There will be potentially some holds on your account at some point. These holds are, some of them will limit you from registration. For example, this is an HS hold, it's health services, meaning missing some type of immunization, vaccination card at this point or anything like that. You might also have an AH or AR hold, which are financial, but every single semester you will have an AD hold. That is an advising hold. That is placed on your account for you to come and meet with me, and then I will remove that hold every single semester, okay? So you will see an AD hold on your account every semester, and that will restrict you from registration, okay? As we move through this, DegreeWorks is an outline of your specific degree. So anything that you've transferred in will be evaluated and placed in the system eventually. And so I want to go through some of those things. This first section right here is an outline of everything listed below it, okay? So all of your lower level gen eds, your departmental requirements, your major-based requirements, 120 credit hours, etc. When it is time for you to graduate, all of these things up here will be this light yellow color with a check mark, okay? You will have completed everything, all right? The first subsection is our lower division general education requirements. These are your English compositions, your literature, public speaking, information lit and research, sciences, histories, literatures, all of that fun stuff. If you have completed certain credits, they will come in and satisfy them. Okay, so for example, this student here completed his English composition prior to attending ODU. It is listed as an AP score, so he came in with AP. If you were to hypothetically transfer this in from another university, it would look the same way, and it would have a TP for your transferred credits, okay? So anything transferred and received by the university that satisfies a specific degree requirement will look like this. Okay, anything that still needs to be completed by you here at ODU will have this red coloring. And once you enroll with us, anything that you're currently enrolled in will have this blue coloring, okay? Few things to keep note here when you're looking at DegreeWorks that can be pretty overwhelming if you're not sure really what you're looking at are when you have a list, for example, like your information literacy and research right here, you need to note that it says choose one of the following. Okay, so out of this large group right here, you only need to take one. So if you're not seeing that, it can be very overwhelming as you look at it, especially in your lower level gen eds. Okay, now if you've come in with an associate's, there's some different rules, and that's what we'll go over when we meet individually. If you have an associate's of science from a Virginia community college, you will likely have many of these waived or completed at that point, and those are things that we'll look at. Okay. All right, so once we scroll past the lower level gen eds, you will get into your departmental requirements. Now, every single major has a different set of departmental requirements, so keep that in mind while we're looking at this one. This is criminal justice, but keep that in mind. Under your departmental requirements are your math requirements, potentially some additional language requirements, and anything that the major determines necessary moving forward from your major, okay? So in here, we've got a few stats, psychology, sociology, and some human behavior. Again, you'll see that he transferred some of this in with an AP score, so he had completed this already and is enrolled in a few of these classes. Directly under that, you will see your major-based coursework, okay? So you'll see the criminal justice stuff here. Again, you'll see a few subsections here where the student needs to select one of the following electives, okay? Keep that in mind when you're looking at it, so it's not as overwhelming. And then the student has 18 credits of elective here that he gets to choose from. The last thing that you'll see here in regards to credit for things that you might need to complete here at ODU are your option D upper division general education requirements. These are 2 classes in upper level, so 300 and 400 level, outside of your traditional college of arts and letters, so outside of anything that you would be taking that you're required to take. Now, the caveat with these 2 classes is that should you choose to add a minor, because you have room for a minor in your major, it is not a requirement, but you have room for it. Should you choose to add a minor, these 2 option D classes disseminate into that minor because you're adding additional coursework. So these are 2 classes we don't touch until you're fully sure of what you want. You can pinky promise me you don't want it, whatever the case may be, because we never want to put you in classes that aren't going to benefit you down the line. Okay, so if we put you in a class and then you decide a semester later that you want a minor, we've now taken a class that credits aren't going to help you, and we've wasted some money and time in that class. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. As you scroll through this, you will also see, and you will likely have a section of this of your own called general electives. Okay, this is going to be where any classes that have been evaluated and received by ODU, but do not satisfy a specific degree requirement for your intended degree, they're going to fall down here into general elective. So you still receive credit for them. They will still add to your credit count. They have still been assumed by the university, but if they don't actually meet a specific degree requirement and it can't satisfy something, it falls down here into general electives. As a transfer student, you will likely be graduating with well over 120 credit hours. That is something very important for you to understand. When you hear 120 credit hours for graduation, you need to understand that you will be likely graduating with over that, because you're going to be coming in with credits that might not meet specific degree requirements, okay? And those are going to fall into these general electives. When you're in progress for classes, you'll see them all listed at the bottom. And then anytime you meet with myself or another academic advisor or your departmental advisor eventually, we will always leave notes at the very bottom of your degree work, so that anytime you need to refer to it, they will be there, okay? We'll list stuff like classes we talked about, any incoming credit that might not have been evaluated yet that we need to be aware of, so that the next time we meet with you, we have some notes on that conversation, okay? Now, a few things that are really cool in DegreeWorks and some tips and tricks maybe that you can keep in mind. One thing that's listed on here is your grade forgiveness. Grade forgiveness at ODU is 5 opportunities in your entire academic career at ODU that allow you to retake a class that you did not pass by not affecting your GPA. So for example, if you took math, say that you are deciding to be a criminal justice student, you're required to take Stat 130M. Say you take it the first time and you do not get the necessary grade for the class, say you fail it. On your second attempt, you will use grade forgiveness, which means that on that second attempt, assuming you do better, hoping that you do better, the GPA of the F from the first attempt no longer affects your overall GPA. That is only on the second attempt, okay? If you were to take it a third time, the grade from that second attempt is going to affect your GPA, okay? So that's something really cool that ODU offers that is listed here on your DegreeWorks. The next thing that I want to show you on DegreeWorks is this what if tab here on your left-hand side. This what if tab allows you to maneuver DegreeWorks without making an official change. So if you're testing out some minors or considering a different major change, this is the way to go, okay? So when you get in here, you're going to go under degree and you're going to pick either Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts based on what you're looking at. For example, we're going to keep his major the same. So we're going to pick our Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice, and then say we're looking at a minor. Hypothetically, let's do psychology. Okay, so then you're going to go and you're going to pick your minor and you're going to hit process what if. What's going to happen is the system will shift everything in here to show the new minor. Okay, so note that he no longer has an option D requirement. He just has the minor-based requirements listed in here. Okay, so this what if tab is pretty cool. It allows you to maneuver DegreeWorks, play around, explore a little bit of majors, minors, make sure you're in the right spot, or if you want to add a minor, when you come to meet with us, you kind of have an idea of what you're looking at. Okay. Now, if you have any questions about DegreeWorks, please make sure you're writing them down, because when you and I do meet, we will go over this specifically to your degree and the credits coming in, but these are things I wanted to make sure that you were aware of, okay? So make sure if you have any questions, you're writing those down for when you and I meet individually. All right, the next system that we're going to go over is Banner. The way you get to Banner is from the same portal. Okay, so you're going to go back to your portal here. At your portal, you're going to go to Leo Online. Again, it's going to be in your favorite apps or here on the left-hand side. And when you click Leo Online, it's going to take you to this major page. What I want you to do is follow the registration tab. You see it right here, registration. It's either listed up top or on your second bullet point here. You're going to take the registration tab and you're going to follow it 3 times. So registration, registration, and then Banner registration. Okay. Once you get into Banner registration, this is where you're going to go to register for the classes that you and I decide upon together. Okay. Now, you as a student are going to click register, add, drop, withdraw. This is how you're going to add classes. This is how you would drop classes, etc. This is where you are going to go. I am not a student, so it will not let me into register, add, drop, withdraw. So I'm going to go through browse classes, but you need to be in register, add, drop, withdraw. The only difference here is that I won't have an add button and I will walk you through that process. Once you click register, add, drop, withdraw, you are going to hit the drop down and we're going to pick our terms. So for spring 22, for example, and you're going to hit continue. This is what your main search page is going to look like. Okay. So in the subject, for example, let's use stat 130M as our example here. Okay. Your subject is stat, S-T-A-T for statistics. And then you're going to do 130M. Anytime your course number has a letter associated with it, please make sure you include it or nothing is going to come up. And you might say to yourself, how do we get this information? When you're looking at DegreeWorks, this prefix right here, English, comm, libs, whatever it might be, that is your subject that you're going to put into this subject line to pull up, okay? And then that number next to it is what is your course number. So for stat, for example, what we're going to look up, we're doing STAT for stat, statistics, and then 130M, okay? Now, once it's in your subject, you can go ahead and click open sections only if you'd like to. It's not going to pull all of them off, but it might help you out a little bit. And we're going to hit search. When you hit search, you're going to get all of your options listed, okay? And so there's a few things I'm going to walk you through and things that you're looking at in this before you're going to pick your class. So a few things here. One, the highlighted days are the days that it is being offered, and the times next to it are the times associated. For example, this is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 8:50, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 10:50, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if you notice closely, when I hover between meeting times and campus, I get this double arrow here. When you get that double arrow, you're going to want to pull this over just a little bit so you can get some more information from under that tab. There's some information under there. There's a lot of information. You don't need all of it, but you want to see how the class is being offered. All of these right here are being offered in class. I'll look to find an online so I can show you what that looks like. All of these are being offered in class, okay? When you see that, that will tell you what style it's being offered in. Okay, let's see. All right, here is some other information. So these right here that do not have a day and time associated at all are your asynchronous online only classes. Okay, so through Blackboard, you get assignments, you have deadlines, but you don't actually meet with an instructor at a specific day and time at all. Okay, so that's what these look like. When and if you are looking for an online class, you are only eligible for a Web 2 or a Web 5. A Web 2 or a Web 5. That's the information that we're looking for when we pull this slide over, okay? That's what we need to see. You are not eligible for a Web 7 or a Web 8. If you try to enroll in it, you will get a restriction. It will not let you, okay? Web 2 or a Web 5. Okay, now when you find the class that you want, say we want this 11 to 1150, you can go ahead and just click this little section and it'll highlight it for you, because you're going to need to reclose this meeting times tab, because on the right hand side of your screen under register, add, drop, withdraw, you will have an add button on the right hand side. When you find the class that you want, you're going to click that add button, and what's going to happen is the class that you just chose is going to populate in the very bottom right hand corner of your screen. Your screen is going to turn into a T. Okay, it's going to populate in the bottom right hand corner. The class that you just added is going to be gray, and it's going to be highlighted and say pending. What you need to do is hit submit in the very bottom right corner. When you hit submit, that class is going to turn green and say registered. Green, registered. Once it is green and says registered, it is all yours. No one can take it from you. You can back out, you can refresh, you can search for another class, and it's not going to go anywhere. Prior to that moment, it's not secured and it's not yours. So my biggest piece of advice is to always add and submit each class individually. Do not go in and add every single class that we've talked about and then hit submit, because by the time you hit submit, that class might be gone, especially if there's only 1 or 2 seats left. Okay. So add and submit, okay? Once you do that, you'll hit this green search again button, and it's going to take you right back to this main page. So then you're going to clear this out, and let's say we're going to do criminal justice, CRMJ 200S. We're going to pick a different one. All right, here we go. Okay, we're new psychology 201S for an example. Okay, you'll go back and you'll do your next search. Again, there's some options here that are online, so you want to pull it open, make sure that you have options for you. Find the class that you want, hit add and hit submit, and you will repeat that process every single time. Okay, all right. That's going to be your process for registering. Again, if you have questions about this process, please make sure you're writing them down so that when you and I do meet, we will go ahead and take care of those questions. Okay. I very much look forward to meeting with you. Please make sure that you are completing the new transfer student form on our website under the College of Arts and Letters, Academic Advising. It's on the right-hand side. Please submit any unofficial transcripts to me so that I can help you as best as I can. Okay. I look forward to meeting with you one-on-one. I look forward to seeing you on campus. We're very excited. Please don't hesitate in the meantime to shoot me an email if you have any questions. My email is SKOHEN. You can see my name here, right here. It is S and then my last name at odu.edu, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I very much look forward to working with you. I can't wait to have you here on campus with us. So have a good rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.